Surprising opinion about this perhaps for you.
I
So
wanna
one, I
hear-
actually do
yeah.
support UBI. So I'm just going to come out and say I do support UBI because I think this is going to be messy. I think there's going to be a lot of dislocation, and I think the social consequences of this, like we have really not prepared ourselves to deal with.
I do as well. I completely agree.
I think in the long run, though, I don't believe it's going to lead to people losing jobs. And here's why. How many of y'all read Bullshit Jobs by the late David Graeber? Okay, you should go read this because he talks about how most of what we do at work these days is actually, in fact, bullshit. And he classifies them. He's an anthropologist, and he classifies jobs into different flavors of bullshit. So, and I think one of the things that I walked away from that job, one of the examples, for example, there's a type of job called hired guns. It's a type of role that I have in mind that it's a work that has to be done because my other people have it. So I did. People always ask me why I get along so well with my competitors, and I'm like, well, we depend on each other. Like, other people, they have to hire me because somebody else hired somebody else. So we're there, we're bouncers. Everybody has to have a bigger bodyguard, right? So that's what people are really buying. But they're really, when we think we have a job, why did results-oriented work not just take off? Why don't we have 4-day work weeks? Why hasn't work shrunk? And that is because what people are paying for is not task completion. When we hire somebody, we're not paying for them to complete our task. We're not paying for outcomes. We're not. We are paying for attention. Human attention continues to be the most important, most precious of all things. And so what will happen, I believe, is and as I see this happen in my own work now, yes, I can write blog posts way faster. I've got some good tips and tricks for you, Mary, of figuring out how to not spend so much time fussing with those prompts. I can make a bot for you. I can make a Mary bot. But what hasn't changed is a need to have attention. Right? So many of these tasks. So I believe we will fill up those hours with other ways of giving attention. Now, we certainly could choose to give attention to the arts, to give attention to caregiving, to give attention to all those things. But I don't think that our employers are really going to go for that. So I think it's going to be slower to make that kind of migration, just because any other technology that we've introduced hasn't decreased our workloads. It has been a very long time since we have seen our workloads get decreased by technology. I don't see any reason to believe that this technology will be any different.